Hello class, happy week 11. Oh man, we are almost done here. Okay, so first let me apologize. I know I haven't finished grading all those assignments from last week, and the reality is I was on spring break and I didn't go anywhere. I did the staycation thing, but I just kind of wanted to relax with the kids and the fam and stuff, so I apologize. I will get to it, so don't sweat, okay? This week, week 11, so we have another Excel-based assignment. And it's actually not too hard. The instructions for what you need to do are kind of built in on this particular assignment, so it's a little different than the one we had at the beginning of the class. So basically, you'd be able to need to run a correlation via syntax, so that's the equal CORR function syntax, and through the data analysis toolpack. Run a regression through the data analysis toolpack. Again, that's listed in the drop-down menu, and do a couple scatter plots. And so a couple things about that assignment. Anytime it asks you to add the trend line or the regression line, you're going to need to right-click on the chart to do that. And before you do that, make sure you left-click on one of the data points in the scatter plot. So it kind of activates the right information. So when you right-click, you'll see add the trend line. Click it, and then you'll get a menu if you're using 2013 or above on the right side to add the equation, the regression equation, and the R squared. So just know that. Click on the dot. Things mathematically, the correlation and regression are very similar. Now, think about a correlation. It runs on a 0 to 1 scale, positive or negative. So it could be like negative 0.87 or positive 0.36. So low numbers, okay, numbers closer to 0 mean a low correlation. 0 is no correlation. Some values up closer to 1.0 are a strong correlation. Values of like 0.5, 0.6 are called moderate relationships. So that speaks to the strength of the relationship. The direction obviously is positive or negative. So two pieces of information with a regression coefficient: strength and direction. Okay, positive means the numbers go in one direction. If they're negative, they're going in the opposite direction. And in a scatter plot, when you see the numbers kind of all kind of fuzzy in the middle, that's usually when you see a correlation that's very low in like the 0.2 to 0.3 range. So there's not a relationship there per se. Okay, with the regression analysis, again, all that is the same thing. When there's only two variables, an x and a y, it's the same thing as a correlation, except you're specifying one's an independent, one's a dependent variable, and you're doing that in the actual equation. So your x variable is your independent variable, your y is your dependent variable. And I always like to set up my data such as that. So there's my x column first, then my y column, and I select them for the data analysis toolpack and keeps it, and I label it as such. But also comes with in the results, the output, you'll get an ANOVA table with some significance values. So you want to, you'll see a strength, the R squared, which is the percent of variance accounted for in the dependent variable by the independent variable. But the significance, how statistically significant the relationship can be found in that ANOVA table as well. So you'll see a p-value as well. So those are the key points to look forward to. If you have any questions, I normally make a video for these Excel-based assignments, but because it is such broken out, and then there's a whole host of other questions based on the readings and the assignment. So if you have any problems, let me know, but the instructions seem pretty clear to me on what you need to do. So, okay, so that's it, folks. Let's have a great week, and one more after that. Ciao.